these two, 1, 2. Something like that. So I'm going to do the curve from to view. Okay, so now I have this one. I'm going to mirror this one. Mirror it. Transform, mirror, F4. So now I have a page, okay? I'm going to hide this one, which I don't need. I'm confused. So now I have the shape. I'm going to use what? Curve network. 1, 2, 3. To cross section. 1, 2. This one is section. I will just use it. Curve network. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I will also have I need to actually make one more. So I'm going to use a cutting plane, surface plane, cutting plane of this one. 1, 2. And then I'm going to use object intersection, D3, and this one, enter. Right? I'm going to make a dome again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? I need to hide it. Don't need it. And I'm going to do the curve network. Curve network. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Yeah. Okay. So that's what I had. Right? Now I have a wing outside of the wing shape. I'm going to bring it down my should be overlapped a little bit. Okay. So right now that's the shape of my ring at this point. Okay. I'm going to close inside. I can use a loft. I can use a sweep rail. I will use a sweep rail. Sweep rail. That's my rail. This is my rail. And then this is my cross section. And then this is my cross section. And then close sweep. Okay. Right? So I made a inside the wing. Okay. When you use a sweep rail, okay, because we are going to do the UV, right? And if you use this one is the first cross section, your inside the wing band may be split. Okay. So I want you to use always the bottom one first, not the top one, because we don't care. We are not gonna touch the bottom part that much anyway. So even if it's a split part, we don't really care. But if the top part is split, it will be a problem. So always when you use a sweep rail, always start with the bottom, not the top. Same thing when you actually make that the surface, okay? I actually click from the top, right? That's not really the right way to do that. I want you to click. I'm going to do one more time. I'm going to click curve from curve network. 1, 2, 3. This time I'm not going to click from this one. Always it should be headed. The curve network is not a problem, but the sweep rail will be always a problem. Okay, so always actually start with the bottom, because the bottom will, right now I have a seam on the bottom, not the top. Okay, and the sweep rail again, out, in, bottom, top, enter. Close. Okay. Right? So now I have a ring shape. Now I'm going to then I'm going to select this one and then move to the gray. Select blue, black. Now I'm going to hide the top part. Okay. And then I'm going to hide the curve layer. Right. I'm going to hide the point. Okay. So I'm going to hide the stone and promise as well. Prone. Oh, prone. Okay. Oh, the curve should go to under the cover. Alright. So I'm going to split it, same as what we did. So I'm going to make a one line, F4. Draw the line. Yeah. I'm going to split from this one to enter, this one to enter. So now I split it, right? So you can see, right? When I just split it, it was a surface. When I actually click this one is one piece, but you can see these two are two pieces. It's okay because we are not going to do anything about the bottom part. So even if you just split it, because there was a seam, that's why I actually have a separated pieces. I don't want to have the seam on the top. I mean, I don't care to having the seam on the bottom. So when you use a sweep tray, always you need to pick at the first one. First one will be a seam, so you need to pick at the bottom one first. Okay? This is important. Okay. I'm going to hide the bottom part. Now I'm going to use a UV, okay, to make this. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to use a UV. But what I didn't do, why I have this such a long.
You didn't get rid of the bottom.
I didn't really get rid of the bottom, right? So I'm going back, surface edit tool, shrink, okay? Right? So I remove at the bottom. Okay, so once again, when you hit F10, you see that the control point at the bottom as well, right? So you need to use a surface edit tool. You have to trim the surface. Okay, and so now I remove all of the control point from the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to use a UV again. UV. Right? So now I have a UV here. Okay, I'm going to move it a little bit so I can see better. Now, this one, I'm going to do the offset. Okay, so I'm going to do the offset. Same thing, offset, and then distance, maybe one. Okay, so now, but the other one was a square ring. So I didn't really care about these sharp edges on the ring, but this wing band is round. I want to actually make this part like a round as well. Okay, so I'm going to use this arc tool. Circle tool, and then tangent. Circle, tangent, sweep curve. So I can click 1, 2, 3. Okay? So I can make it. So one more time, I'm going to use this. I mean, it's up to you. You can create whatever the shape you want, but this is easy tool. The circle, tangent, the sweep curve. So you are going to create the circle whatever it touched at the sweep point. I'm going to select all of this one and then I'm going to trim it, which I don't need. So trim, not join. Trim. I don't need this one. 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 So I actually made it. Wow. The kind of the round edge instead of actually having just a sharp, like a rectangular shape. This is still separate pieces, right? So I'm going to join all of them. Join. Now this one is one piece, and then now I'm going to apply apply this one to the right click here. So now you can see, now I have a nice smooth round edge instead of actually having sharp rectangular shape. Make sense? Right? So I believe everybody actually knows so far. Okay, I'm going to split it. Split. Leave this one, enter, and then I'm going to delete it. Right? So I'm going to see the rest of my wing, and then look at that, right? So I actually have a nice cut on the top part of the wing. Now I need to make inside shape. Right now it's open, so I need to close it. Okay, so I'm going to hide it. Okay. Now I'm going to hide this one. Okay. So now I have only surface. Right? Going to use a cutting plane. I'm going to use a cutting plane. So surface plane, cutting plane. Okay, this one. Enter. F4. I don't need this one. UV. Okay. So as you can see, I have a one piece rectangular box, right? I'm going to make a point, okay, over this touching part. So I'm going to use the object intersection, this one and this one, enter. So now you can see I have a what? One more time. Yeah, line. Because this time I actually create the line. I want to have a point in here. I mean, I can use this line and then I can make a point end. Okay? But the better way of the having, if you actually want to find out the point of this one, you can do the object intersection between this curve and this one. Okay? So I'm going to do the object intersection between this one and this one, this curve and this one. So now what? I create the point. Right? Okay? Now I need to draw cross section. Right? So when I go to the right view, I have a 2 point. But what if I want to make that dome higher than that? Right? I don't have actually the enough surface to create to make a point, right? So this time it's actually okay. You can make this surface bigger. Okay? So the extend surface, okay, and then you select edge of this one, and then you can bring it up, so you can actually make it longer if you want. Okay, it's not necessary at this point. Okay, so now I'm going to bring. Right now I have only inside one. I'm going to bring the outside shape as well. So now this one is outside shape. You can see when you see the right. You cannot make this arc bigger than that, right? Because we are actually making what the inside of the rim chain shape, right? So you need to realize that the top point cannot be exceed outside of the shape. You will make a hole, right? So it should be a little lower. I mean, I want to maintain probably similar thickness of the bed. Okay? So I'm going to pick maybe in the maybe here, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to click it. I'm going to hide it, the outside one again. So now I have a cross section, right? So I have a cross section. I'm going to use a sweep ray. You can make right now. I'm going to show that the width of this one cross section. So right now I have a one ray. I have the curve. I cannot use this one for the sweep ray because it's one curve, right? It's one curve. So I need to split that curve into two pieces. So I'm going to use this point tool, and then I'm going to make a point in here. That point is what? What was that? How did I actually create this one? It was what? It was what was it? What was it? This one was what? Part of the circle, right? So that the bottom part will be what? If I actually want to object snap, what do I need to use to snap over there? It's a quad, right? So I'm going to use quad, right? And then try to make a point here. That will be quad. And then I'm going to make another point in here, will be quad. And then I'm going to use that 2 point, I'm going to split it with that point, and then the other point. Enter. So now I have a 1, 2. Okay? Now I have a 2 rail, and I'm going to use a sweep rail, 1 rail, 2 rail, and cross section. Okay. Also, I can mirror it, transform mirror, that point, the other point. Join it. So now I have a one piece. Right? But when you look at the side view of this one, I think this is too much. I want to actually have a little more gradually come up and then gradually goes down. I think this one went up dramatically too much. So that means you need to actually have another cross section. Okay? So I'm going back. I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to make a more cross section. Okay, so in order to make a more cross section, what I need to do? Cutting plane, right? Cutting plane. Okay? And then top part. Doesn't need a top part. So, right? And then from F4, okay? And then I'm going to make this is the end of my what? The hole, right? So I'm going to actually make a little above of that. So now I have a one cutting plane here, right? And I'm going to mirror it. No, I don't need to mirror it. I just want to create. Okay, so I'm going to object intersection. Right? So object intersection. When I want to do the object intersection from this one and this one and this one, right? So object intersection, this one, this one, this one. Right? So now I have a 2 point. Right? So I can use that these 2 point arc, right? One and point object. And then 1 point, 2 point, and then I can make maybe a little shallow. But my curve is not the one that this construction plane. Right? So how can I make this one? Okay. How can I make this one on this construction plane?
Change the plane.
You need to change the plane. So I'm going back to the perspective view, right? So right now my construction plane is what? In here, right? So this one is actually good tip. I'm going to delete this one. Okay. I wanna draw something on that construction plane. How can you change it? Go to the C plane to object. Okay? you need to work with a perspective view. Okay, it doesn't really work on the front view or side view or right view, because if you actually work with that, your construction plane will be changed. Okay, so I'm going to use a perspective view, and then I will use this set sweep plane to the object, and then I'm going to click that one. So now you see my construction plane move to where? That is my cutting plane. So when I draw that the two, okay, when I draw these two curves, like this short one, now this one is on this construction. Make sense? Okay. How can you go back? Right now I'm confused. I want to actually go back to get the normal, original, the default, the construction plane. You just need to hit 4-view, okay, twice, and then you will go back.
4-view what?
4-view twice.
Ah.
Click 4 views twice, and then you will go back. Okay. So now, now I have a curve, really shallow curve here. I'm going to have another one exactly the other side as well, or I may not need it because I'm going to mirror it. Okay, so I'm going to use a sweep rail again, sweep rail, this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Right? Now I have a lot shallower one. I need to do one more time. Sweep rail, this one, this one, this one. I can close it. Right? So now I have a little better shape. I'm going to join these two. Join. Right? And then I'm going to mirror it. This one. Right? I'm going to mirror. Mirror from what? That point. I'm going to make sure that my point object snap is on, and that point to the other point. Right? I'm going to join it, and then I'm going to join these two. So now I have a one piece. Right? Make sense? So now I'm going to bring my surface back. So now I have a surface. I'm going to join all of them. Select all of them and then join. So now what? I have a one poly surface. Right? I'm going to, there's a lot of the curve. I'm going to select the curve. Right? That curve. I'm going to move my curve layer. And then I also have a point here and there. Right? So I'm going to select a point. I'm going to move my point layer. So now what I have only one poly surface. Good. Going back to my front view, I'm gonna bring my from and stop. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it down a little bit, because when you try to do the Boolean union, okay, the surface, the edge, supposed to touch the edge. So you can do the join. Okay? If the surface is overlap, sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot do it, but that is not right way to do the joining between surface and surface. But the Boolean union, if that you are the two, the surface is just a touching. So for example, I have one square and then I have another square. Both of the square surface just touch. It doesn't work like that. You need to overlap at least 0.01 millimeter from that. Really, really tiny bit. Just a really tiny bit, but it should be overlap really, really tiny bit. If the both of them are just a touch it, it's not touch. Okay? So I need to overlap a little bit. So I'm actually putting it down. This one, right? So it's overlap, but my middle part was kind of the went in a little bit, right? So I need to actually bring it up, bring it down a little bit. I'm not gonna Boolean union my stone, so I'm going to hide the stone. I'm going to Boolean union between this one and this one. So I'm going to hit Boolean union, okay? And then this one and this one. I'm going to hit enter. So now I can see this one is what? 1. poly surface. So this one is ready to click. Okay?
What does it mean when it says like creating mesh?
It's creating mesh, basically.
But
I'm gonna talk about the mesh later. Okay? So this one is a poly surface file. Well, when we try to do the 3D print, we need to change this file to the mesh file. Okay? So we're gonna talk about mesh later. Okay? When I explain about the 3D print. Make sense? Okay. One more last thing. Okay? So everything is nice and smooth except the one part. Which one? That sharp edges. So I'm going to do the what? Fillet. Fillet edge. Okay? And then I'm going to select that one, right? When you select it, you are selecting only half. Because what? We split this one the last time. Computer still remember it. Okay? You can click 2 times. Okay? So you can click this one, and then you can click this one, and then you can click this one. Okay? So right now this one is a 3 separate pieces. The reason is that because there was a seam, and then I split. Computer still remember. So edge was cut line. Okay? So you can click 3 times, or also you can use this one. Can you see chain edges? Okay? The chain edges mean the computer not always, but most of the time, automatically actually select all of the lines are connected. So when I click these chain edges, okay, and then when I click the line, it automatically select all of the line without the clicking them. Even if it was disconnected line, computer actually kind of click it. So this one is on the hand, easy. And then right now how much is my radius? 0.25. I think I can go a little bit more. I'm gonna increase the 0.5. Okay, and then chain edge. And then I'm going to select this one. Okay, enter. Now I can see 0.5. Enter. So now you can see, right, that my fillet function didn't work. Okay, because I gave too much number. Okay, so I'm going back. I'm going to do instead of the 0.5, 0.25. Okay. And then I'm going to select chain edge. 25. So 0.25 works, but 0.5 didn't work. Okay, so I can give 0.25 here, and then I will do 0.25 again in chain edge. Right, so 0.25. Right? So now I have a one poly surface. Sometimes a lot of you guys will see when you try to do the fillet function, you will have a lot of error. The reason is that when you create your shape, the point that made two curve, the point was too sharp or something like that. That was the main reason. Okay, if you actually if you don't create your curve correctly, there's no way to fix it. There's no way to give the fillet. There is another way to do that. I'm going to explain that one later. But anyway, your requirement is from now on, you need to use a curve from 2 view, right? And then you have to use a full cross section, okay? What I just did. And then also you need to hollow the inside, right? And then the fillet. These are requirements from now on. Whatever you do for the ring, you have to do, okay? Full cross section, maybe you may not use it because it depends on your design. Sometimes your design is so complicated you don't really do, or you cannot really use the full cross section. But anyway, if you actually make this kind of the normal shape of the ring, you have to use these 4, okay? Command, curve from 2 view, full cross section, and then the hollow on this side, and then fillet. Okay, I do not want to see any of the sharp. If you look at that, you don't see any of the sharp edges. Okay, there is no sharp edges. I mean, that's why I actually kind of intentionally make this part round, so I don't really need to do the fillet. Okay, and then also you can see all of the outside of the prongs are small. I mean, smooth enough. I mean, as I mentioned, you don't really need to do the inside part. Okay, so inside it's okay, but outside you have to do. So these are requirement of your next project. So your next project homework, next project, You are going to make a two ring. One of them is prong ring, and then the other one is bezel. Okay? So bezel, oh, I don't know how can I make a bezel. Oh, you didn't explain to me. So I'm going to quickly explain. Now I realize.